MXTV is proudly brought to you by Swan Insurance, protecting motorcyclists since 1956. And Motul, quality oils for more than 150 years.
Hello everyone, I'm Brendan Bell and welcome to the Christmas special edition of MXTV. Now let me tell you about the Christmas special. Over the next 3 weeks we're going to be doing some great reviews on mini bikes for the kids. We'll give mum and dad some ideas on what to buy for Christmas, and we'll even sneak in some regular MXTV segments as well. Well kids, go and get mum and dad, sit them down in front of the TV so you can tell them what you want Santa to bring you. Now let's get started, because on tonight's show we take a look at a couple of fun bikes, the Suzuki Quad Sport Z50 and the Kawasaki KLX 140L. We check out all the action at this year's Moto Expo. We catch up with FMX star Jared McNeil. MX legend Stephen Gould shows us how to correctly size and apply a knee brace. And Luke and Lee put the RMZ 450 to the test. So first up we visit Aussie FMX and Best Whip champion Jared McNeil at his house in the US. Let's check it out.
So what does my day consist of? Every day I wake up, load my van up. Either consists of going to the motocross track or hitting the ramps for the afternoon. You know, there's a lot of guys out here in Southern California that like to ride and go out in the mornings, hit the ramps, do an afternoon gym sesh, or I'm not in the gym or I'm not riding my dirt bike, I'm out having fun riding my downhill bikes, staying fit with those, and got myself a new toy, got myself a new little pit bike here, and mucking around on that. It's pretty fun. But I'm always up to something, running errands around California, picking up parts, fixing bikes, and eating food. What do I like most about riding my dirt bike? I guess always having fun. Like, I'm always out there shredding the hills or riding ramps, and that adrenaline rush you get from just riding a dirt bike, it's crazy. I've done it for a long time now, and I love the sport. I love the feeling it gives you, and being motivated, just pushing yourself. I think it's probably the best job anyone could have. I don't even know if I'd call it a job, a hobby, or what I want to call it. Just the best freaking time ever. So having won previous medals in X Games, silvers and bronze, this year 2014 at X Games I got my first ever bronze in speed and style, a completely different event to Best Whip. Definitely really stoked to that. That was like a long time coming. Obviously growing up racing and then doing freestyle and putting the two together and being able to perform in front of a big crowd on TV, to actually podium something that is a proper judged event with a racing aspect, I think that meant a lot more to me to actually to be on the podium for that event. I worked my ass off, sorry to say, for a long time for that event, and it was good to finally be on the podium with two of the best guys in the world, Blake Williams and Mike Mason. Those guys have been dominating speed and style over the past years, and you know, to come in as an alternate and come home with a third place finish with a bronze medal, that was amazing. That was a dream come true. This year we had a break with Nitro Circus shows, about a 6-month break, and I decided to give racing another shot just to see how it'd go in the US. I just wanted to qualify for a national. Took a bunch of my money from Nitro and put it into my race bike. That was a dream come true to podium. Would I do it again? Don't know. It's a pretty big commitment. I know I did qualify this year, but I know what it would take to run like a top 20 to top 10 finish. One would be a lot of money spent on my bikes to compete with those guys, and two, it would take months for me to physically train to where I want to be again with my racing. So, not to say I wouldn't do it again, because I always love to go back and do racing and finish my dream of being a professional racer, yes, but The commitment it would take to do racing again is probably a little bit out of my league right now with trying to fit it in with my freestyle career. Dreams do come true. Growing up as a kid, always dreamed about being a professional racer or doing freestyle, and now I'm here. So follow your dreams, definitely follow your dreams, never give up, push hard. When times are tough, push through that. When times are easy, take that on. Definitely just enjoy it, have fun. Remember why you ride a dirt bike. It's all about having fun, meeting people and getting to travel the world. So just go out there and have fun and see how you go.
Check out the four-wheeler full of action-packed fun from Suzuki, the Quad Sport Z50, an easy-to-ride and safe way for kids to have fun on four wheels. The Quad Sport Z50 is the entry-level four-stroke mini bike in the ATV range. Tracking tight corners and rough terrain for junior adventurers will be a breeze with the Quad Sport Z50 smooth, quiet and powerful build. There's also a more than satisfying 2.6 litre tank, which means there's plenty of playtime between fuel stops. Independent suspension and an automatic transmission allows for easy control and an enjoyable ride. The safety features include a tether-type remote engine stop switch, electric starter, throttle limiter and full floorboards. The Quad Sport Z50 is one bike that is packed with quality, safety and style making it the perfect choice for young adventurers.
This is the first time that I've ridden a quad. On a motorbike, you put your legs out and like stand up, but this, it's on four wheels and you're balancing mostly. You're balancing by yourself. It's like having training wheels on a push bike. It was hard and easy because you don't want to twist it too much. I reckon it was easy enough for me. The best fun about the bike was engine. It got up a fair bit of jumps, which were quite tall, but yeah, it got up those jumps, and the brakes. Brakes just stop. I reckon a beginner would go good in a month or so. They would get quite good. To ride one of these, you don't need balance, so the only thing that you would need is if you've already rode a two-wheeler, like a KX or something, you just got to make sure that you don't turn in really sharp. It makes it really easy with the electric start. There's no clutch, there's none of hard things that you got to learn. It's just click it on and off you go with a little bit of throttle.
Suzuki fun bikes are the pick of the bunch for youngsters of all ages, and parents will be equally as happy with the latest offering from Suzuki. Until the end of the year, Suzuki will offer customers a $600 bonus pack on the purchases from within the range of Suzuki fun bikes.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, visit swanmotorcycle.com.au. Altegra and MXTV are giving you the chance to win a custom-designed MXTV Altegra marquee, valued at $1,494. Altegra is a name synonymous with quality, and their heavy-duty frame is the toughest on the market. Altegra are committed to remaining the market leaders, with marquees coming in a newly developed wheeled bag and with a full range of parts, including walls available. You can't beat an Altegra frame. Simply share and like the Altegra page on Facebook and the MXTV page to go into the draw to win.
He's a four-time Supercross champion!
F1 Moto is Australia's leading online retailer for performance and rebuild products. We have most aftermarket brands available for parts and accessories. Some of the performance products available for junior and senior dirt bikes are from VHM, HGS Exhausts, Nihilo Performance Products, Talon Wheels, RHK Parts and Accessories, available from f1moto.com.au or our new showroom at Appin, New South Wales. MXTV is proudly supported by KTM, Alpine Stars, Kawasaki, and F1 Moto.
Welcome back to MXTV, thanks to Modal. Now, staying with the Christmas theme, let's check out the Kawasaki KLX 140L, the perfect bike for all the family to ride. The Kawasaki KLX 140L provides an ideal transition for the riders stepping up from both the KLX 110 and the KLX 140 to a larger machine. The KLX 140 models are developed in conjunction with engineers and test riders that produce Kawasaki's championship-winning KX line. As a result, many of the components are derived from the KX line for a superior level of off-road fun. Plus, the KX design elements provide a racy continuity with the Kawasaki lineup. The features on the KLX 140L include an air-cooled single-cylinder engine. It's simple to operate and maintain with high reliability. A keyless on and off button located just at the front of the handlebars makes starting the KLX 140 quick and easy. With a 5-speed transmission, the close gear ratios enhance the engine's acceleration capabilities. Sturdy front and rear suspension complements the highly rigid frame. Since the KLX 140L is likely to be ridden harder, its rear shock features a piggyback reserve, threaded preload, a 4-way compression and 22-way rebound dampening adjustment. Unlike most play bikes with disc drum combination brakes, the KLX 140 features disc brakes at the front and rear for a higher level of brake performance. And to put that personal touch to your KLX 140L, the handlebar clamps are separated from the upper triple clamp, making it easier to install aftermarket handlebars.
I rode the Kawasaki KLX 140 Big Wheel. It's a good size for me because I'm quite tall. The suspension was really good, it was very easy, and if I came to a bump, I wouldn't feel a thing almost. It's got good plastics, great colour, I just loved it. I like the green the most, it was really nice, how it stands out. It was actually really smooth, to let the clutch go, you just couldn't feel a thing, it's like a feather. It was actually quite easy, very easy, I was impressed. When it goes up, it doesn't go blah 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 blah, it just goes nice and smoothly. Changing the gears, that was easy, easy to pull it up and stuff. The clutch was easy to pull in, the brake was good to pull in as well, easy to turn, it wasn't too powerful. It suited me, so I liked it.
Until the end of January, Kawasaki are giving away $350 cash back on the Kawasaki KLX 140 range.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, visit swanmotorcycle.com.au.
Hello, I'm Andreas from MXTV. I'll be the technical engineer from MXTV, and I will explain you our new triple clamp. The new system of clamping, we call it ROX. It means Revolutionary Opposing Clamp System. And we have seen on the test bench, if the fork is twisting, there is always in the same direction. And now we have split the clamping area in two sides of clampings. We have the screws on the opposite side. And the result is we have more fixation on the bottom side of a triple clamp. The benefit of the new design, it keeps the fork legs on the inside very round and helps the fork for a better function. Another benefit of the opposite screw, it holds the fork better. We have on both directions a self-clamping effect. We have seen also we save a little bit weight. We have less material between the screws. Another benefit is every screw has its own clamping side. And that means if you clamp one screw, the other one loses not torque. What we have seen also in the test bench, it's not so big stress on the bottom side of the bottom clamp. Normally you have on this area the most stress in the fork. The material have the most stress, and now we have split the clamps. In the end, the bending line of the fork is much better. Our new ROX clamp has still the possibility to change the offset. We still use the same situation like on our traditional triple clamps. We have 3 threads on the top side. You have the possibility to can mount the PHTS, also the fixed system. You can mount it in a lot of different positions. Benefit of the opposite screws, it's also we have the self-lock effect. The effect is you have more resistance to twist the fork. After crash, the fork legs are more stable. A lot of research and development of the factory teams we have put in the new ROX clamps.
(2014) Carrier Toy Hauler 360, a caravan designed for the adrenaline junkie. Thrill seeker, the wanderer, the ones who are not bound to your average getaway, but bound for adventure. Bring your favourite toys along and go on that trip you've always wanted. Carrier Toy Haulers are available from the following dealerships. See all of Australia's best off-road riders when the Insure My Ride Australian Endurocross Nationals returns again for more action-packed Endurocross in 2015. 3 Saturday night events all under lights. Saturday 7th of February at Archerfield Speedway, Brisbane, Queensland. Saturday 28th of February at Sydney Dragway, Eastern Creek, New South Wales. Saturday 14th of March at Calder Park Raceway, Diggers Rest, Victoria. Check out www.enduro-x.com.au for all the details. MXTV is proudly supported by Suzuki, Bell Helmets, Yamaha and Milwaukee. Ideal for a range of tasks is Milwaukee's must-have, the M12 Fuel 13mm hammer drill driver, featuring a 13mm metal single-sleeve chuck as standard, delivering up to 44 Nm of peak torque with a 4 amp-hour battery, as well as the Fuel Power State brushless motor, RedLink Plus intelligence and Red Lithium battery technology for superior performance. All this has this drill punching well above its weight, and of course it's compatible with all M12 batteries.
Well, the knee brace is very, very important because your knee is put to a lot of different forces out there on the track, trail, or actually wherever you ride. And gone is the idea that you need to be riding fast to wear a knee brace. Any speed you can hurt a knee, mainly through hyperextension. And hyperextension is where the knee goes back too far and tears the ACL, which is the anterior cruciate ligament. So we really need to try to wear a knee brace because there's so many forces the leg gets put through out there riding. The knee brace, because it's fairly strong, it's made of carbon fibre and an injected plastic carbon composites, it stops that hyperextension. The fit of the knee brace is similar to a helmet where it's got to be firmly comfortable on the head. It's got to be done up correctly, just like a helmet. So when we buy the brace, make sure we read the directions correctly, make sure the technician knows what he's talking about when he puts the brace on your leg. You're going to have existing problems that need to be considered when you wear the brace. Talk to riders who have worn braces for a long time. All these guys are willing to help with their knowledge just to make sure they steer younger and older people to the right products on the market. When we put the brace on, we've really got to consider, firstly, the width of the knee. It's the width of the knee when the leg's in a straight position that's very, very important. That width is usually measured by a vernier caliper or a caliper just to measure that width across the outside of the knee. You've got to make sure too that the brace is comfortable through the full range of motion. And when you put the brace on your leg, there's also small adjustments that can be made, both in the wedging of the brace around the tibia, that lower bone of the body, or either side of the knee condyles, that's either side of the knee. It's very, very important to do the straps up correctly. The way I best describe it is to make sure the straps are done up as tight as comfortably possible. And everyone pumps up a little bit differently with muscles. Some people don't increase muscle size much at all with the blood flow, some do. So a little bit of experience is taken into being firmly tight and then just seeing how it goes when you ride. When you first put a knee brace on, you go out for a small ride and see how it goes. But too tight and you can have muscle situations, too loose and it won't give you the support. So getting that positioned right, getting comfortable in the leg is very critical to give all those rotational and medial lateral forces supported well during the thing that you love to do, and that's ride your motorcycle.
Welcome back to MXTV, thanks to Swan Insurance. Now here's a review for Dad, with Luke and Lee taking the RMZ 450 for a run. Let's see what they think. We're here at Shane Boyd's Park 4 MX in Broadmeadows, Victoria. We're testing the brand new 2015 model Suzuki RMZ 450. What a machine this is. Let's start off with a couple of new changes that we've got for 2015. And let's start with the big one, the forks. Triple chamber air forks. These things are going to revolutionise the state of forks when it comes to motocross and supercross. They come stock on the Suzuki 450, the Kawasaki 450 and the Honda 250 small bore. These things are unbelievable. Also up the front of the bike, the frame cradle, we've got a little bit more flex there, gives a little bit better feedback to the rider. Also, the starting mechanism, the Kickstarter, makes this thing a lot easier to start. Also new for 2015, we've got the whole shot device, a sneaky little button on the left-hand side of the handlebars here that means you can select from 3 different mappings depending on if you want it to be aggressive, docile, or somewhere in the middle, which is stock. And of course, Suzuki have brought forward some of their sensational features that we know and love. And of course, one of them is the choice of 3 different couplings for your ignition. You can further tailor the power delivery on this bike. And of course, the big fat bars from Renthal, some real good quality stuff. For me personally, the standout feature on this, Lukey Lee, is the forks. These things are phenomenal. What was your favourite part of the bike?
Definitely, yeah, my favourite part of the bike was the bottom end punch of the engine was definitely straight out of the corners, very responsive, and also how adjustable the forks and the suspension is on the bike. When I first went out there, it was a little bit spiky on the smaller bumps, but we added some air to the balance chamber and it actually made a lot of difference to the whole ergonomics of the bike. I noticed handled a lot better and it made the frame and everything else feel a lot plusher.
Yeah, for me personally, the engine is super smooth. It's got a lot of power, but its main strength, its main characteristic is how easy this thing is to ride. I found the rear shock balanced up nicely with the forks, and if you're a lightweight, this little man next to me is probably about 40 kilos lighter than me. We could get these forks working sensational for either one of us. So that's one of the very high points for sure. Now the starting button here, or should we call it the whole shot assist button, choice of 3. I tried all 3 buttons, either standard ignition or a little bit more aggressive was the way to go for me.
And another thing that also stood out about the engine of this bike is I noticed coming into corners you had a selection of 2 gears. You could either, keep it nice and smooth, or you could go into lower gear and have a lot of punch coming out of the corners. What do you think this bike would suit? What type of rider?
Look, for me personally, I think it fits smack bang in the middle. I think you could really tailor this bike to pretty much anywhere, and it gives you a lot of workable range to move around with.
The first thing I'd change on this bike is the grips. They're very hard, they're so harsh on your hands, but it's an easy change, but it's just pretty hard to get the throttle grip off, so I'd recommend to buy a new throttle tube actually.
First thing I would do, without a doubt, is to get a slightly grippier seat cover on it. I'd put some
big, wide, chunky Raptor foot pegs on there because my feet don't seem to like the big landers as much anymore either. But overall, a sensational bike and very, very well balanced, easy to ride. Well, that's a wrap here at Park 4 MX. Massive thank you to Shane Boyd for allowing us to use his circuit here in Broadmeadows. An awesome day. And also thanks to you, Lukey Lee, for helping us test the Suzuki.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun flapping off of the back of this thing out there. The track was awesome and it's definitely an awesome bike.
All right, guys, well, thanks so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the test on the new 2015 RMZ 450.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, visit swanmotorcycle.com.au.
Well, Suzuki just keep producing the goods, don't they? And we'll see just how good the RMZ 450 is in the hands of Ken Roxon this year in the AMA. Well, it's almost time to go, but before we do, it wouldn't be a Christmas special unless we were giving away prizes, would it? Now, for your chance to win 2 fantastic prizes, that's right, we're giving away an Ultegra marquee tent for those hot and rainy days and a $1,000 gift voucher from Link International to purchase anything from their fantastic range. Now, all you've got to do is go to the MXTV Facebook page, like and share the post. All right, well, it's time to go now. We'll see you guys next week, but until then, hold it on!
Thank you, Lukey Lee, for coming along for the test.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun flapping up with the
I'll do it.
I
That's
can't talk. I can just talk normal, Luke.
It's just talk normal.
I'm just having a shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Benny, you can put some overlay over this.
Put that in the bloopers at the end of the show.
MXTV is proudly brought to you by Swan Insurance, protecting motorcyclists since 1956. And Motul, quality oils for more than 150 years.